But you have done so well lately, and you are just kicking so much ass lately that I feel like this is a really extra important one, because if you get by Chris, it's kind of hard to deny you a title shot.
Yeah, I feel the same way, but Dan Henderson fought for the title. Now GSP is fighting for the title. Yo Romero is next.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just need to win. I just concentrate on that first, and then do I feel I deserve it with my career, and especially if I get this win? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you bring up a lot of stuff and so much I want to get into, but let me, before we talk about the division, because I do have a lot of questions, let's just talk X's and O's then, first and foremost, about Chris. Obviously he is a former champion, was there when he took out Anderson, and I was there for both of those fights. Obviously Chris is a very, very good wrestler. He's lost a couple in a row, but it's only because he's fighting fantastic guys, Luke and Yoel. So when you look at Chris, where do you see the most danger?
Oh, he's a solid fighter.
Yeah.
He's good everywhere, but not great. He's not that explosive. He's not that fast. I'm gonna light him up. I promise.
I'm saying, I spoke to him. I think he said the exact same thing that you just said about him, that you're good, but you're not particularly awesome at one thing. So I'm not that worried because, I'm not that scared. He doesn't have one thing he's amazing at that I'm not.
Yeah, good for him. I like it. He's confident. He's coming into the fight confident.
Yeah.
And I'm going into the fight very confident, right. More confident than him. Right. But may the best man win. It's a fight, no problem.
Right. So what do you think it is that's giving you this confidence now? Have you, because you stayed at home in Amsterdam or outside Rotterdam, right? 40 minutes from Rotterdam or so. But why are you so much more confident now? Is it because you've been winning these fights recently and people are taking more notice of you, or did you change something in practice or have a breakthrough that's making you feel this way?
Well, USADA, and since USADA, I've been winning and experienced. I'm young. I'm at my prime.
Yeah.
Since the Joker fight, I had 7 fights, and I believe I dominated every 7.
Yeah.
I lost 1, but I was dominating, and in the second time, I beat Uriah Hall. So
yeah.
All 7 wins are dominant performances. I didn't lose a round. I was never in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confident because I fight smart. I'm physically at my strongest now. Mentally, I'm where I need to be. I'm good.
It's all good. Wait, and remind people how old you are again.
I'm 31, so I can go. These guys are all, the whole division, a lot of guys are a little bit old.
Right.
They're around 40. And no steroids means it's very soon exit. Because these guys can continue to 40. You had some fighters that were 47, they were fighting.
Right.
Plus.
So how much do you think that will affect him then? Do you expect him to come out there and fight really safe, or on the converse, go for broke?
No, he's going to come. He's going to come. He thinks he's going to break me with pressure, but I got something for him. This guy will be surprised. But yes, he's going to come pressure me. He's going to try to take me down. He's going to he's going to try to outwork me with conditioning, a little bit like he fought Yo Romero. Mm-hmm. But I'm not Yo Romero, and he's gonna find out.
Yeah, but people are giving Michael some grief about fighting George instead of Yoel Romero. What was your take on that when they announced that those two would be fighting?
Well, if I was Michael Bisping, I would do the same.
Yeah.
Make a little bit money, take care of your family. I can blame the guy.
Yep.
He does what is good for him, and. But on the other hand, he got the chance to fight for the belt, and now he's holding the belt and making fights that UFC is making the fight. So
right.
if you had to say, you take the credibility of the title contender away. Mm-hmm. So and then you make those fights. At the end of the day, not now, but if you continue to make fight like this, at the end of the day, it's gonna hurt themselves, because there's not very credible, let's say, the title holder. If you fight guys that are retired coming after 3 years, or
right.
Dan Henderson, you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, good for him.
You know, Yoel right now, obviously sitting sort of by the sideline. Luke has been out of it since he lost. He's dealing with some injuries and coming back around. But if you beat Chris, you know, there's an idea that we know Jacare is fighting Robert Whittaker. You know, maybe they would make Luke fight Yoel or something, and maybe you would fight that winner next, and then a title shot. I mean, is that something you're considering, that you might have to fight Luke or Yoel?
No, I'm not. You know, like I said, if I fight Luke or Joe Romero, the chances are much higher of losing than when you fight Michael Bisping.
Right.
But at the end of the day, UFC is making the fight, so if they don't give it the title shot, I have to fight again.
Yeah.
I have to put it all on the line. But, you know, I'm not thinking about that right now, because Yo is ahead of me, Jacare is almost ahead of me. Luke Rockhold hasn't fought for a year, so I don't know. If he comes and he wins, probably go ahead of me because he's American. That's the way it goes, you know. And what else? Yeah. You know, I need to win this fight first, so I cannot have a big mouth. I'm not in line yet. So.
But you're getting so close, and then I wonder what you think of a guy like Kelvin Gastelum, who was doing well at 170, had some weight struggles, so they make him a 185er. He beats Tim Kennedy, calls out Vitor, beats Vitor, you know, and now he's in
fight Anderson now.
Right. He's getting your hit list, because I know you
No. He deserves it. I'm not saying, but
yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Anderson Silva is picking his opponents,
right?
And that's funny. How is that possible? He always picks fighters that's suited for him, for his style.
Right.
So he picked Gastelum, not because Gastelum challenged him and suddenly Anderson is fighting him.
Right.
Anderson is also not the same Anderson, so he's a little bit older, but he's picking his fights. So
do you think that's a fight Anderson picked Kelvin because he can beat him?
I think style-wise is good for Anderson.
Yeah. Because he
otherwise,
comes
who is Anderson going to fight? Luke Rockhold or Joe Romero? That's a bad matchup for him.
Anderson could have fought Vitor, and Vitor. It's going to be Vitor's last fight. Anderson and Vitor could have fought each other in Brazil, had the rematch, and Vitor could have ridden off to the sunset.
I don't know, but it's still a tough fight. I'm not saying Gastelum is an easy fight. It's a very tough fight, but I think he chooses his fight that's more suited to his style.
Oh, before the Vitor fight on Embedded, they showed you buying a new apartment building or townhouse or anything like that. So is your brother out there scouting something for what you might be able to buy if you beat Chris?
Yeah, we already bought a lot more since then. But I bought a farm now, so I'm a farmer.
You did? And, I know you talked about it the last time. So what do you have on your farm?
Nothing. I have a gym. I'm making a gym in my where the sheep were normally. I don't have any animals. I'm I can't even take care of myself, let alone sheep and dogs and
Get
whatever.
a goat.
So,
Get a little goat.
No, I made it a gym now, so I can't. It's gonna be training.
Why did you buy? You buy a farm for animals, Gigard. You buy a gym for a gym. You buy a farm.
It's nice to have a big yard and have land. I can play soccer if I want to, even.
True.
So everything is good. I'm around the water, so I can have my boat. I'm good. Nothing to complain.
It sounds good. It sounds really good, actually. Yeah. Well, last question then for you. If we did finally get the Ghegardt Moussassi title fight, who would you like it to be against? If all these names are the champion, whose belt would you like to take? Put it that way.
I really don't care, It's when you fight for the belt, it's all about the belt.
Yeah.
I don't care who I fight.
Okay.
Easier, better. The much easier, the better.
So in that case, it would be Michael.
Who likes to fight a tough guy when you know you're gonna get beat up?
Right.
Who's into that?
Right. Do you think Michael would be easier to fight than GSP?
They're evenly matched. That's why they like to fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
I would say GSP is better, but I would say GSP is better. But let's see how he does in middleweight, and he hasn't fought for 3 years.
Yeah,
so it's a different story. So it's a surprise.
Yep.
But GSP, the better fighter, no doubt.
Right. Well, we shall see.